Angry clowns are not my jam. Hey kittens, it's Megan, and today I am doing a review on the pick of the month from the Book Addict Book Club, which is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This book is inspired by West and North African mythology, and honestly it pulled me in so quick. I enjoyed it so much that I think I've recorded this video like 3 times because I just cannot stop going off on tangents. This story is told from the dual perspective of 2 characters, Karina, the princess, and Malik, a refugee, and their lives are set on a collision course when spirits get involved during a semi-centennial celebration called the Solsticia. Karina is our reluctant princess who really doesn't want anything to do with being a princess, except her mother is murdered on the first night of Solsticia and she is the last remaining heir to the throne. So, not only does she have to step into her mother's shoes, but she has to make the heartbreaking decision to keep her mother's death a secret from her people in order for this celebration to go on as normal, because it is imperative for the continued survival of their city. During this time, the court starts an overt grab for power, and so Karina decides to use an old ritual to resurrect her mother. Except one of the key ingredients is the heart of a king. And there really isn't a king anywhere around that she can, just take the heart. So she decides to offer her hand in marriage to the winner of the Solsticia competition, therefore ensuring that they have a king and she can take his heart. Malik is a refugee who has traveled across the desert with his 2 sisters to Ziran in the hopes of a better life. But when they get to the gates, their papers are stolen and they have no way to get into the city. The youngest sister makes a wish to get into the city, which is granted, but at the cost of a vengeful spirit deciding to take the youngest sister as payment for the wish. Malik decides to make a bargain with this spirit for his sister's freedom. If he manages to kill the crown princess of Ziran by the end of Solsticia, his sister will go free. If not, he and his sister will belong to the spirit for all eternity. Malik manages to cheat his way into being one of the 7 champions of this competition, and so it is there that he and Karina meet and start this twisted dance around each other, where they're both trying to kill each other, but they're both starting to fall in love, and that's where things get complicated. Karina never wanted to be the crown princess. In fact, when she was younger, she had an older sister who died in a fire along with their father. And so Karina has a horrible relationship with her mother because she is not her sister and she's always felt like she will never be good enough. So she acts defiant and sneaks out of the palace all the time to go slum it with the normal people and, break the rules and do whatever she wants. She wants to get out of the city so bad. When her mother dies, she has to deal with that defiance and harness it to work for her and her people. Malik struggles from anxiety and panic attacks and these visions of specters and wraiths that have troubled him since he was a child. Not only does he have to deal with his anxiety, but he has to figure out how he is going to win this competition so he can save his sister's life. These characters were very well written. They're dynamic, they're complex, and they are just a lot of fun to get into their heads. I think that the way it was written is so different from a lot of the books that I've read with the same themes, and I think that the ability to make a older story new is amazing. It was inspired by cultural elements from North and West Africa that I really want to look more into their mythology because it was amazing. I guess I'm kind of a sucker for these stories because it was very reminiscent of the plot of The Hunger Games, but with less, child-on-child murder, which is a good thing. But it also had elements of familiar fairy tales like Aladdin, where it was like the poor boy falls in love with the princess, except for in this one they're trying to kill each other, which was great. Very unique. I loved the inclusion of this mythology because it ruled all of the characters and all of their actions in their every single day life, which was something that was very refreshing to see. They had these concrete motivations because of this mythology, and it really added to the fantasy element for me. Honestly, when I got to the end of this story, I just had to sit there with a dumb look on my face while I processed everything. It was that good, and it is the first in a duology, and I was just like, why don't I have the next one? Yes, I realize that is whining, and I'm not proud of that, but I want the next book. The romance aspect of this plot was fun and playful, even as the two characters were trying to kill each other. But it had all of the right elements. It had that quick, you know, fast-paced discord going on, while at the same time there was this slow build inside of them for each other. And I think that that also went well with the pacing of this story, because it was very quick where it needed to be quick, but it took the time to slow down and let you really absorb those moments where you needed time to absorb them. The pacing was on point. The author did an amazing job there. The world building in this book was so amazing. It was almost tangible with its rich textures and sounds and tastes. And I felt like I could almost feel it. And I want to go to Solsticia so bad now because it sounds amazing. The monarchy and the mythology and the dynamics between all of the characters, and it all added up to being this amazing thing that I just could not put it down. I read it all in one sitting because it was so good. So far, this is my favorite book of the year, and I don't think I foresee anything taking over that spot. I don't know, we'll check in 6 months. But I enjoyed it a lot, and through my rating system, I did give it 5 out of 5 stars, which is very hard to get on my rating system, so kudos to the author. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do like my reviews, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click on that little bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, which will be every Wednesday and every Friday. So I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one, and I will see you then. Bye!